Hi everybody, hope you're doing well today. Today is an exciting day. Today is the IOD 2025 fall, or I call it Christmas release. And I am going to show you all 18 items. We're going to do a flip through of all of them in the beginning of the video. And then after that, I'm going to show you several flips using some of those items. Also guys, I may be at this video, or I'll be awfully close to hitting my 10,000 subscribers, and I have a huge giveaway. If you haven't heard about that, stay tuned toward the end of the video and I'll tell you more about it. I'll show you what I'm giving away in this video and everything that is in my suitcase that I'm going to be giving away. Okay guys, hope you enjoy.
Okay, so this one I think is probably going to be the favorite, and we're going to use it today. This next one is Bebelows 2, and that has some amazing shapes in it that are new that you can add, and that'll be very, very useful as well as this one. This one is considered, I don't know, Christmas, but there's so many things that you could use this for all year round, and this is called Victoriana. So the very next one is the let's see, that is Winter Forage. That is going to be extremely useful. They've needed something like this big time. We're going to use that one today. And of course, Saint Nick. It's one of those deep molds, guys. We're going to use this one today. It's going to be another favorite. Okay, so we're on to the transfers, and this is Santa's Hollow. It gives me Yuletide vibes like we had last year. I think this one's going to be super, super popular. They all are. They all have a beautiful kind of vibe that's similar to this. I think they all are going to work really, really well together. Okay, this one is called Winter's Botanist. You gotta love this, guys. Oh my gosh, isn't that beautiful? And you can see how that will work really, really well with that Santa's Hollow. That all of these colors, they all kind of go together really, really well too. So you can definitely mix and match them. Okay, this one is absolutely gorgeous. It is called Clementine. Very different. You definitely could use this year round, I think. Definitely in the winter. It doesn't scream Christmas at you and is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so this next one is Christmas Joy. This has some very vintage looking. Reminds me of a lot of the old postcards. I collect the old antique postcards. Has a lot of that vibe going on there. A lot of these pieces can fit in that snow globe. So they're kind of sized to fit in there if you're wanting something to put in there. Okay, this one, Partridge Lane. It has the 12 Days of Christmas in it. A bunch of gorgeous pieces. If you like pink, you're going to like this. Has a lot of pink in it. There's your 12 days. Lots of trim pieces and these adorable little houses that you can do so much with. And guess what they did? They added a gilded transfer and they put a twist on it. Now we have silver. And this one is called Figgy and Flourish. And that one is going to be super, 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 super duper popular. Yep. They did it. They added the silver. I'm trying to show you all the pages so you know what you're getting. I do my flip through so that you guys can see everything. Okay, now we're on to the inlays. Oh my gosh, guys. Oh my gosh. Now this one to me does not seem very Christmassy. It's absolutely gorgeous. Has a lot of pink in it. Oh, wow. Okay, so anyway, this one is called La Folie. Or La Folie. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. I'm trying to show you all the pages in this, so some of them are upside down. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. So many pieces in this, and an amazing value. This is going to be in my next video. We're going to be using this quite a bit, but it is absolutely amazingly gorgeous, and so many pieces that you could use and take apart, or like take that whole page and just do that whole page. You know how I do my drop cloth stuff? Yeah, that would be gorgeous. There's another one that's very similar but not the same. Of course, you could cut apart that middle, put something else in there. I'm sure somebody will probably do that today. There's all the pieces that you get with that. Absolutely gorgeous. The next one is called 12th Night, and this is another inlay. I have it all upside down, but anyway, this one, again, it is 8 sheets, lots and lots of French country Christmas, but this one has a little bit of a twist on it. It's got, I don't know if you can tell, but some of the colors, it's a dark green. So then you've got the black, the dark green, and that beautiful kind of maroonish red. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful topography in here. If you love that French country vibe, this is a must-have. And of course, you can mix and match these with the ones that you had from last year. I think I still have some Glorias left. You could take that and put a lot of those pieces in with this, and it'd be absolutely stunning. Stunning. So anyway, that is the inlays, and you know how much I love inlays. Alright, so now we're on to the stamps. This is Autumn Blessings, and of course all their stamps come with a mask, so you can do layering. The next one, oh my gosh guys, if you do junk journaling, you're going to love this one. This is called Christmas Post. Look at all the beautiful pieces. They all come apart. So that will be a very, very handy one to have. And oh my gosh, look at this, guys. Can you believe it? Sugar plum. Yeah, I think this is going to probably be the favorite. This is what I'm guessing. Now this next one might be a runner-up because this gives you a little bit of everything. It is absolutely jam-packed with Christmas wishes is the name of this one. And it is packed. And then this last one is something I think we really, really needed. This is Holly and Pine. This is going to definitely be a staple. Anyway, let's move on to our projects, guys. We're going to start out with project prep because what we're doing here is we're going to be using several molds here. I am using the snow globe mold, and I'm also going to I'm pouring some cloches at the same time because whenever I use clear resin, it takes... my resin kind of cures overnight. Some people's take longer. But anyway, you do 50% part A, 50% part B. It's pretty much the same as the other resin. And what you're going to do is mix equal parts together. Now this resin, I actually kind of really like it. If you're not in a hurry, it's a lot more pliable for a longer period of time. To me, it's easier to pour. I always feel like I'm in a hurry with the quick resin. So, if you're not in a hurry, and it's actually a lot cheaper than the quick curing resin. So you basically are going to put both part A and B in 1 cup, and you're going to mix it. You have to mix it a lot longer than you do the fast curing. So you really want to mix it up really good. Read your directions. Different products require a different amount of mixing. This stuff's a lot thicker than your fast curing resin for the most part. So it does require more mixing, and it'll get bubbles in there when you're mixing, but don't worry about it. I am spraying alcohol. This is plain old alcohol from the Dollar Tree in my mold. It helps release the mold. You can of course put a releasing agent if you want, but it also helps with bubbles. You'll see later I get no bubbles. So I'm pouring these in there, and I over pour on these, and that's another thing. It's just so easy to fix your over pours on these because they stay pliable for so long. You can easily cut them back, and I don't know, I think I'm kind of a fan of this. I may try and plan ahead and do more clear casting because I think I really like it. Definitely wear gloves on this stuff, and it is a little bit more caustic. Now I'm taking my mister when I'm all done pouring, and I'm misting over the back of it, and that will get rid of all your bubbles. So now I'm taking some snow that I get from the Dollar Tree. You know, that stuff that comes in a big pack? Uh, Not glitter. Glitter tends to clump. I don't like to use that. So now I'm on to my fast casting resin, and I use Fabricast, and it is a little bit more difficult to use because this stuff cures really, really fast. Make sure that you do not pour too much. Although I am going to be pouring that, I'm going to be using that Santa, and that definitely is going to take a lot of resin for sure. Again, you're going to be doing equal parts of A and B. And I'm going to be doing winter foliage, Saint Nick, and the Bibelots too. And we're not going to be using all of these in this video, but I wanted to show you when I poured it just so that you could see. And I go ahead, and I usually like to pour my biggest pieces first because then I have less in my cup and it's easier to pour. Then I go in and do the smaller pieces. So I'm going to go ahead. It's going to take me a couple times to get everything that I want. I'm pouring. See, that's a little bit harder, more intricate. So I try and pour those last. So then that way I have less in my cup to deal with. And I end up having to go twice because I want that one piece in the winter foliage twice. So I will pour that twice. All right, let's move on to our project. So project number one, I have this thrifted piece of wood round disc. I think it was $2.50 and I got 75% off. It is a wonderful blank piece that we can use. I paint this whole thing and I'm not really even sure why because all you're really going to see is the end of it. And I am using the color Rose Water by Fusion. It's an all-in-one paint. I paint the whole thing, and partly it's because I really didn't know what I was going to do. This project actually kind of evolved. Okay, so here's those tiles that you get from the Dollar Tree. You can use other tiles that you can get all over pretty much if you can't find these. I even bought some wallpaper that's kind of like this that you can use. But it's going to just take one tile. At first I thought it would take two. And it has a sticky back to it. And I'm going to put it at an angle and it fits just perfect on this thing. So I'm going to go ahead and stick it down. Now once you cut into this it comes apart. But that's okay because we'll glue it in later. And I want to apologize ahead of time for my head being in so many shots in this video today. I moved my camera and I didn't realize that it was taking so many headshots. And also what happens is I stand a lot lately because I've been having huge back problems. So I need to adjust for that. I do have a desk that moves up and down, but I need to put it in this room that I'm crafting in. I have it in actually another room. So after I stick it on there, guys, I just take my scissors and go around the edge and I cut it just to have a nice even edge. One thing you could do in this project that I did not do is you could cast some clay and go around the edges and jazz it up even more and put a nice pretty edge on it. I didn't do that because this is the day before and I'm in a hurry. But anyway, that's how it looks when I'm done. definitely a good blank space to use. I know you guys have seen lots of projects with these, and they're great if you can get them. My Dollar Tree hardly ever has good stuff, but that one time they had it, and I grabbed every one they had. So now I'm just going in with my hot glue, because once you cut these, they come apart. So you have to kind of go in there and put them back together, and that's fine. This'll stay stuck on after I put my hot glue. Of course, I clean up any extra glue. So now I am going over this with that rose water from Fusion, and I do 2 coats. Of course, Fusion is an all-in-one paint. It is amazing and sticks to anything. I won't have to do anything to it after because it has a built-in top coat. But anyway, I'm going to go over this with 2 coats, and then I'm going to let it dry completely. So now I'm taking my St. Nick out that we poured, and I am putting some Fusion. This is metallic pearl. And I go over the beard, and I go over this anything that would be white. The Santa's hat. This is a white, and it's a metallic, so that's going to give me a base. And now, guys, I take out a bunch of metallics. Paint Couture has an amazing array of Luxe Metallics, and I'm just going to name off a bunch of them that I used because I mixed and matched them all over. I used Cherry Blossom that you see right there. I used Teal. I used Emerald. I used Silver Ice. I used Amazon. Tons of them in here. And I go in and I take a glaze afterward. This is another Paint Couture glaze. They have amazing glazes. And when I'm using this glaze, this is platinum glaze. And I'm going over all of that. And what that's going to do is allow me to wipe it back. So it'll still be white and metallic underneath. And then it will go into all those little crevices, and I wipe off the extra, and that is what's going to bring out all of the detail in this. And this honestly was not that hard to paint. It was really not. I did mix several different colors for his face, and I put a little bit of the rose metallics. I just mix them like you do paint. Now I'm making my own glaze of a silver, and there is a you can take glaze. This is a heavy metal glaze, or heavy metal, and I'm mixing it with Paint Couture's glaze medium, and I'm putting that all over because I want to define everything. And that's what the glazes do, is you can go back in and put a glaze on top and then wipe it back, and that's going to go ahead and give you all that detail. You don't have to use it just with metallics. You can use that glaze. It's a clear glaze medium from Paint Couture, and you can make your own glaze. And as you can see, I'm wiping this all back, and it's going to highlight that hat and shimmer just like the rest of it. So now I'm just taking the different greens. I think this one's emerald green. And then there's another color called Amazon. And I'm going to go through and paint all of these little leaves on both of these pieces. I mixed several colors together to get a lighter green. And then also I kind of made a glaze in addition to that. Took some of that same paint and added a glaze to it. Like I said, I'm so sorry about my shots. I guess I was hovering over this standing because my back's absolutely killing me, guys. Anyway, so I went over all of it and wiped back some so that you could really see the detail in this. So now I went over this, all the little red pieces with a cherry blossom. And after I put the cherry blossom on there, I took uh, some other glazes, and I don't remember what the name of the color was. It was a light pink color. Uh, I don't know which one it was. But I went back over the top of it with a glaze just so that it would bring out more of the pink in it. So I took some of that Luxe Metallic and I added some of the clear glaze to it. So I made a glaze out of it. See, I'm just pouring the glaze medium in there. That way, when I put this on, I want to show the detail in that hat. And so I'm going to be wiping some of this back. And what that's going to do is it's going to highlight his hat without really changing the color. You wipe back a lot of it and then you leave that lighter color in the crevices. And that really works really well. I would definitely get that glaze medium because it's well worth it. So here is our little piece that we have. And I am taking some more of that Fusion Metallics Pearl. I have it on a fan brush and I am dry brushing, which means not very much paint on my brush. And I'm going over all the details in this and it will bring them out. The metallics you could really shine after they dry. You can't really tell while I'm doing this. And now I'm placing all of my pieces where I think I want them. And I'm just going to use a super glue fast affixing that you put the spray on. There's several different brands out there. Once you put these down, they're not going anywhere. I'm putting a pretty generous amount on there because of the variation. You know, this has it's not a flat surface, so you want to make sure you have plenty of glue. And I put everything down and I hold it while I do the spray and to make sure it goes down. And that's it, guys. I absolutely love this project, considering I had no idea what I was going to do with it. And it just kind of evolved. This Santa mold, oh my gosh, guys, it is something else. So I think the combination of both on there just looks beautiful. I love it. I absolutely love it, and I'm so glad that they gave us a mold that has some foliage and things in it also. Tell me what you think. All right, project number 2. Okay, so I think that's Saint Nick, and I picked the 2 most popular things, I think, as far as the molds are going to go. The snow globe's going to go a long way. You're going to see snow globes like crazy today, guys. Anyway, so I have this decoupage paper. I think I still have them in stock. Y'all buy stuff faster than I can buy it. So anyway, this is this gorgeous pink Santa that fits perfectly inside this snow globe. And I am going to affix this with just some gloss clear coat from Pink Couture. You could use any uh, clear glaze, even decoupage. I like to use a glossy clear because I think that actually makes it more transparent. Now get this, guys. Remember how on the cloches we had to paint them because uh, they would come out kind of hazy? They did this mold so that it is completely clear. So after I put that on and it's dry, I go ahead and put some white paint. This is Italian Ivory by Pink Couture. It's an all-in-one paint. Uh, and I go ahead and paint over the whole thing in white. And that's going to make my decoupage paper pop. Look at that. Now, I'm going to go ahead and mix some uh, metallics from Pent Art with a little bit of this glazing pigment fix. I'm sorry. And this is the metallics that you mix with it. This is silver. I have it in gold, antique gold. All of the metallics will work with these. And I don't know measurement wise, I just kind of mix it till it gets a consistency of paint. I'm making a hot mess here, but I want to go ahead and do this snow globe in silver. We're basically going to be doing silver and pink today, guys. So I go over all of it. This stuff is a one coat thing. I mean, it is unbelievably beautiful metallic. Of course, you could use any metallic paint that you have. I just like this because it's one coat. It dries really, really quick. I do decide to go ahead and go over the back. I'm going to be gluing this down, but by doing that, if there's any portions around that globe that are showing, you'll see the metallic instead of the white. So I'll go ahead and go over it, and of course I'm filling in any gaps that I might have missed. And now what I'm doing is I am taking Fusion's wax. It's in the rose gold. This stuff's amazing. It is a beautiful, beautiful pink color with a shimmer. And I'm putting that in there. And this is going to accentuate all of the detail. Of course you could use any other kind of wax. You could use a glaze. But I went ahead and did this just because I love this stuff. It's absolutely beautiful. Later on, I do take a little bit of the glaze and go in there just to darken it up a little bit. So now I have this little box, and what I'm going to be doing is taping off all of the portion that I don't want paint to get on, which is basically the book pages. So I just take some painter's tape and go all the way around and tape it anywhere I don't want paint. So now I'm going to go over this little book box that I got. It's actually kind of a fabric. I bought these at a thrift store. I do know they sell similar things on Amazon. Anyway, so I'm going to go over it. And it takes 2 coats only because this stuff absorbs just like you would if you were painting on drop cloth or something. So it's absorbing a lot of the paint. So I go over the whole thing on the outside, and I also go on the inside, and I do 2 coats with it. And of course I'm using that Fusion all-in-one rose water. It makes projects so easy when you use this Fusion paint because it's just saves you steps. And I'm going to be putting transfers on this later, and I love transferring over Fusion paint and also the Pink Couture mineral paint. The transfers just glide on because it has that built-in top coat, and I find it works even better than if I use a chalk paint and put a top coat on it. I don't know, it just works extremely well. So I make sure I paint the inside as well, and then you'll see like that little portion that shows there. I painted that. That's why I taped the whole thing off. And now we're going to get our transfer out, and this is Partridge Lane, and I'm going to be cutting out several pieces on this to kind of put on the front of this book box, and I'm having a hard time figuring it out. But sometimes, having a lot of choices is not necessarily good, because you're trying to figure out what you're going to do, figure out what's going to fit. So I cut out some of these trim pieces, and I think I'm going to cut them down, and I'm going to go ahead and put several pieces on. That's on the top. I'm going to put a similar piece on the bottom. I'm going to use that little pink bow to go right in the middle. In case you haven't figured it out yet, the theme's pink in this video. And that's where my little globe's going to go. I'm going to put another little piece on the bottom. And of course you can cut out your transfers to fit whatever. It's a little big, so I kind of trim the edge. And I want it to be kind of an organic look to it. And these glide right on because of that fusion paint. So that's going to go on the bottom. And of course I have my globe sitting there so I can make sure I put it in the right spot. Because I've been known to guess, and sometimes it doesn't work out that well. So after I get that on, I put one of those trim pieces on the spine. And I go ahead and I put some pink paint on there. I want a little bit more of the same pink color to show through on that. And then I go back in with my silver on top of that. And then I take some silver gilding. I just basically play with that until I get it. I want it to mesh more with the colors in the book box. I want you to be able to see that same pink. There's basically several layers of pink. Okay, so now I'm going through my Figgy and Flourish, and I'm adding silver to it, just little touches here and there, just to bring in this, the silver that we added from the snow globe. There's so many little pieces. Of course, you can cut them apart, do what you want. I just love that they added silver this year because, I like a little silver. And I love silver and pink. I think I don't know. To me, they go together well. Of course, gold does too, but I don't know. So anyway, I've got this little Christmas thing. I'm going to put this over the other inlay on the bottom. You can definitely layer your inlays, not a problem. These inlays, these new gilded ones, they come off so easy. I think they changed something. Definitely, you don't need to press hard at all, and they come right off. Super, super easy. They're actually easier to me than regular transfers. And I'm going to go ahead and get that and make sure I get all my letters, and it turns out beautiful. And I always burnish those with my fingers because they're very delicate, and I want to make sure that they stay on. I'm going to put one on the spine over what we already did. What I love is this scroll piece is so delicate so you can still see everything. And now I'm taking that Pigment Fix and Silver Mix, and I'm going to go over all of the edges. Of course you could use a wax or whatever on that, but I had leftover. This stuff, when you use it, it dries really quick, so you really can't keep it after you use it, kind of like milk paint. So you want to just mix up what you need. It goes a long way. But anyway, I'm going to go over all of the edges on this just to kind of brighten them up and add in a little more touch of silver. And now I'm just hot gluing my globe onto the middle of this. I figure it'll probably stick extremely well. I covered it and then I sprayed the whole thing with my 50/50 clear coat to seal in the transfers, 50% water and clear coat. And now I'm going over this with a glossy clear coat. To me, even though it's very see-through, this made it even more transparent, and I love how this looks. It turned out so cute, guys. So cute. Tell me what you think. Okay, so this is our giveaway for this video, and this is the beautiful Cloches mold from last Christmas's release. And if you haven't heard my giveaway, I'm on my March till 10,000. This is everything that I have in my little suitcase that I am going to be giving away any video now. To multiple people, not just one person. All you have to do to enter in the giveaway is be a subscriber, be a public subscriber, and comment on a video. One comment for video, and for every video that you watch and leave a comment, that's an entry. So if you watch 20 videos and leave 20 comments, you're going to be entered 20 times. People outside of the United States, and go ahead and enter, and I'm giving a gift certificate to my website. So anyway, guys, this is everything I'm giving away, and I am extremely close to 10,000. So this is going to be any day now. I start giving these away. I probably will not give them all out in one video because it would take an entire video because there's a lot of stuff here, and I'm going to probably do multiple things per person. So definitely get in there, guys, and try and get me over the hump here. Share this video, like it, comment. That'll get YouTube to get it out there. More people will see it. I think I'm like 40 people away from hitting 10,000. So you guys help out, get me there, and hopefully the very next video we'll be giving all this stuff away because that suitcase is getting really heavy. Anyway, this is everything that we're giving away. And I also have another giveaway going on, but I will talk about that in the next video, guys, all right? So we're going to move on to project number 3, and this is our last project. Okay, so this one is fairly easy, and I have all of these little banners. I bought these off of Amazon. They are just wood banners, and they were not that expensive. So all I'm going to be doing is I am going to give these, because it's raw wood, I'm going to be giving this 2 coats of that Fusion Rose Water. I absolutely love this pink, guys. It's a great pink. And plus, like I said, I love using the all-in-one paint. Paint Couture has a beautiful pink also in the all-in-one and in the chalk paint. Anyway, so I'm going to go over this with 2 coats, let it dry, and I am taking all of the little 12 people for the Partridge Lane for the 12 Days of Christmas, and I'm going to be putting these on all of these 12 banners, which is basically just placing them on there. I was kind of a little worried about the numbers because I thought, oh, I'm going to have to look at what number goes to what day. Well, they thought of that too, because each number has a picture of, like, you know, the drum has the drum, and yeah, so it made it really easy. You could definitely layer the number over the front of this, but I actually put the numbers on the back, and I actually had done it over, I probably would have added more to the number portion of it, like maybe put a background stamp or something on it because it looks a little plain. And I may I don't know. This is about 2 o'clock in the morning, so you get what you get at 2 o'clock in the morning. But anyway, this was a super easy project, but super cute. I love these. I love this whole set. I'm very partial to pink Christmas, and it has a lot of shades of pink. And they did that actually with several things. That inlay set's to die for, guys. We're going to be using that because that next video. Anyway, of course, there's a lot of putting on transfers and rubbing, but this was a super, super, super easy project. Of course, I put the number. See, each one has the same image that is in the coordinating day. So that is very helpful because I was like, I don't know what day goes to what thing. So of course I did all of those. I did kind of line them up together so I could get the numbers similar, in on there, and all, basically the same height on each banner. So then I went ahead with my pen art silver gilding wax, and I just went over all of the edges with a brush just to bring in that silver on all of them, and it was super easy to do. Went around all the edges. I sprayed all of these with a clear coat to protect the transfer. You do have to seal in your transfer when you're done. And then I just strung some ribbon through here. I sell this ribbon. I don't have a ton of it on my website, but it's basically just some sari ribbon that is silk ribbon that is it's frayed a little bit, so it looks kind of cool. And I went ahead and went through and I put like tape on the end of one, and then it wasn't long enough, so I glued two pieces together, and then I went ahead and just strung it all through and tried to make them evenly placed throughout the whole thing. So now I'm just cutting up some pieces of lace and trim, and I'm going to make a couple of just messy bows so that I can, I'm just going to put one of these little messy bows on each end of this banner. Obviously, that's what we're making. I just twist them all together and I put those on the edge, and I have a hard time showing you the whole thing, but this is it, guys, and it turned out really, really cool. I love it. I think this would be so cute across a mantle if you're doing pink, or hanging up in a room or whatever. I know a lot of people are going to probably make ornaments with this, but so I thought I wanted to put a little bit of a different twist on it. The numbers are on the back. Like I said, I would probably put more on the back, maybe use a stamp on the back of it or something, like maybe stamp it with kindness regards. Okay, guys, that is the end of the video. If you need any IOD products, you can get that on my website along with pen art, fusion, paint couture, sweet pickings milk paint, decoupage paper. There's free shipping for over $50, flat rate shipping of $8 under $50, and fast shipping. And I am fully loaded up, guys. So hopefully you'll be able to snatch what you want before everything's sold out. Anyway, thank you for joining me. And don't forget about the giveaway, guys. We're almost there, and I can't wait to give away this stuff. And I hope you enjoyed this, and happy release day, guys. And I will see you guys again soon. I'm going to try and put out another video on Saturday, and that will have a lot of the new products in it as well. So you guys take care, and I will see you all very, very soon. And bye-bye.